Happy Independence Day. So, as I prepare to leave the United States for Morocco, I'm thinking a lot about what I'm actually leaving behind and what I'm taking with me as I head across the Atlantic. And really, the reason why I feel like everything that this country set out to do, from the origins of this country 250 years ago, is still worth fighting for, is still worth dreaming and striving and designing and experimenting toward. And that really is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Hi, my name is Kalima Fergus Ayele. I am the founder and CEO of Round Trip Ticket Home. I'm an international school leader. And what we do at Round Trip Ticket Home is we use design thinking tools and design thinking approaches in order to support schools and school leadership teams in building a culture of community and connection. And I am heading to Morocco in a week, start a role there as vice principal at an American school. And when I think about all the ways in which our country has set out with some very lofty ideas 250 years ago to really create something that didn't exist before, I feel like that's what we're still being asked to do. I'm currently in a Hudson River town. Sorry, it's pretty bright, so I'm gonna put my sunglasses on. I don't understand what's happening with the lighting, but just bear with me. I want to take you a little bit through the town. I haven't been here very long, just less than a year. But one of the things that I admire is that there are signposts everywhere to acknowledge and commemorate that this area was part of the Underground Railroad. With the Underground Railroad, this was how a lot of Africans were able to escape from the horrific conditions of chattel slavery and head up north. Those stories are an important part of our history, and I think really give us the blueprint for what we can be doing in this moment as we try to imagine a future for ourselves that doesn't necessarily exist in the current moment. Harriet Tubman had no way of knowing what life could be like outside of the world that she was born into. And similar to that, I think we have no idea of what life can be like on the other side of what we are experiencing in this moment. As we continue to see all of the shifts and changes, it's referred to as a VUCA moment: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. These are all things that humans have been struggling with throughout our history on this planet. Angela Davis talks about this as radical temperance. So this idea of we will constantly be struggling toward these ideals of freedom and liberation for everyone, and it's never over. That battle is never over. So we might as well keep going, keep moving forward, never give up, lock arms with the people around you, find your people, and just continue to hold each other up on this journey. And that's what it is for me. I mean, it's the wisdom that I think we've been continually reminded of when we think about the extended struggles that have taken place in countless countries around the world. It's pretty much been the same story. We continue to form community, we continue to find ways to celebrate and connect with one another, and we continue to move forward. And I think schools are a wonderful place to do that. And so that's where my work exists. I think everyone has to find their own lane, right? So wherever you work, that's where you are and that's where you do the work. And what we're able to do with design thinking is to give ourselves strategy for how we can do that repeatedly over and over again without burning ourselves out, without completely losing the plot, and without giving up. And that's what I really value about it. I have some other videos where I talk through more about what those techniques and what those tools are. Really, I just wanted to take this time to just say how thrilled I am to be able to be here for the 250th year of this country. And it almost feels like the world being here for the FIFA World Cup means that everybody's here for the birthday party. Regardless of what you're doing to celebrate this moment, I know fireworks are usually common. Maybe it just means grilling out with your family. For most people, having a national holiday is actually just an opportunity to just take time to be with people that they enjoy spending time with. I know here where I am in New York, it's the heat wave, so we might just need to be staying cool somewhere and really just continuing to, yes, say we're not there yet, and we might not ever be in our own lifetime, but that doesn't mean we ever give up. So keep going and join me on a little walk through my town so you can see the ways in which I like to honor what our ancestors have done and how far they've brought us, but why we still need to keep going. I'm just gonna add this last piece, just like being near the Hudson River and reminding us of like the importance of water and the ways in which water connects us to everywhere in the planet. I mean, if you haven't already watched the Oceans series on Netflix that is narrated by President Obama, it is just so beautiful and so well done. And I just can't help but think about the ways in which our entire planet is connected. So, love you. See you next time. Bye. All right. Well, it's 250th birthday of the USA. So, not sure what most folks are doing to celebrate, but yeah, I mean, it feels like we had the world show up for our birthday party. So that's pretty awesome with the World Cup and everything. And I'm just walking through my town here. There's this little water, and then there's a sign that talks about the historic Underground Railroad, which went through this town in the mid 1800s. These waterways were actually an important landmark. So there's a sign really speaking to that, served as an important landmark for African American slaves escaping north along the Underground Railroad, lest we forget. And there's the water, which is really nice. And yeah, here we are. Happy 250th. Just always inspired to think about what it means to really pursue happiness, liberty, and life in this country, right? And those are the things that this great experiment were founded upon. And so it's worth keeping front of mind at this moment, because I always believe that everything is in play. The game is still afoot. There's a lot of people who think they can tell us how things are gonna go, but they don't know. For me, it's just every day thinking about what life I want to create for myself and what I want to see in the world. You know, we always get to choose. So anyway, just a reminder.